Hey guys, it's Avali May with Yahoo Esports, and I'm joined by CLG Darshan, fresh off of their 2-0 victory against FlyQuest. How are you feeling?
Feeling okay. Pretty good, I guess. I'm glad we're starting to close out games in 2-0s, but I still think there's a lot to work on.
So you went 2-0 today and 2-0 yesterday for a full 2-0 weekend. Now you're sitting pretty high in the playoffs groups. Is your team excited for that? This is what you guys have been working for, and what's kind of your plans for right now?
I think we always expected to get playoffs, especially considering that we had done so well the previous year. I think what we're more focused on now is like how much we can actually improve before playoffs and how good we can actually get. And playoffs is usually where we improve the most every split. So that's what I'm probably the most excited for is how strong we'll be when the playoffs actually start.
So speaking of improvements, I mean, this patch just came in and some people are learning how to deal with it a little bit faster than other people. You guys seem pretty comfortable with it. How has your team kind of adapted to this new patch?
Um, I think we're adapting faster than normal. I think that's usually like our biggest thing is like figuring out what champions to play, figuring out how we're going to play as a team. And once we figure that out, everything else starts coming together kind of nicely. So I think we're getting a faster grasp on this patch than usual, which is good.
Are there any specific changes that affected you in particular?
Um, Definitely you guys will be seeing some interesting champion picks in the next coming weeks, but don't want to spoil it for all the LCS fans.
Ooh, I'm excited for it. They sound exciting. So speaking next week, I believe you're playing Immortals and Envy, I believe. Are you guys like prepared for that already, or is that what this week is going to be all about?
It's probably going to be harder than the week we just had against Echo Fox and Fly. Like Envy, even though they're 10th place LCS team, they're actually looking pretty strong. And Lyra has been pretty impressive to me just watching him play in the jungle. I think he has really smart like pathing in the early game. And then the other team, Immortals, they also are looking pretty damn strong. Like Dardoch is playing a lot better. Flame's always been a solid top laner, and Pope's definitely been stepping up. So I think both the teams we're playing against next team are like kind of like top five teams. So I'm definitely not looking to underestimate them.
Wonderful. I hope you close out that week strong, finish the split strong. But for this overall split, do you think, since we're coming to the close, do you think that you've grown overall as a player?
Um, yeah, so I've been a pro for like 5 years. And so when you've played for that long, you kind of know your strengths and weaknesses, you know your flaws, and you know what you need to improve on. So I'm not actually going to get better unless I'm like actively conscious and actively focusing on something. And that takes a lot of energy and focus. And I think that's what I've realized is getting to that point in scrims where every single game I'm actively thinking and focusing, this is what I need to work on, this is what I need to improve on. And that's really hard to do for anybody in any field. So I've kind of found that more and I've kind of focused on that more. And I feel like that's what's led to my improvement on some of my bigger weaknesses. So yeah, I'd definitely say I'd improved a lot individually, but I want to bring that more so into the team as we're leading into playoffs.
I love it. And speaking of trying to improve and maybe even try new things, we asked you outside if you could do a headstand. And I believe we got some pretty nice footage of you doing that. So, I mean, do you want to walk me through what doing a headstand kind of like takes?
I would not be an acrobat or a headstand expert, but it just kind of seems similar to like a yoga position called like crow,
Mhm.
which is something that I'd done before because I do yoga like a couple times a week. So I think I can do it with a little bit more practice, but I'm a little bit off right now.
What's your favorite yoga pose? Just because I know there's so many.
Huh. I would have to say downward dog probably. That's like the staple, but it definitely just like helps a lot. I think like especially like as pro gamers, you're like sitting at your computer all day and like wrist issues, like neck issues, back issues are just like so common. So like yoga is like a great way to just like work on those things because you gotta like stretch out your hamstrings, stretch out like your whole body. So
What's the hardest position? Because downward dog, like I can do downward dog. Like, what's the hardest one that you've ever tried?
crow is pretty hard. I don't really try and do like the super hard ones. I think like it's better to just like stay like in the vinyasa flow and just like keep going through different positions. So I kind of stay for like all the standard ones and try not to do anything too crazy because I'm gonna probably break something.
I love it. It sounds fun and it sounds like it's been helping you. Well, do you have anything that you'd like to say to your CLG fans or maybe aspiring yoga experts who are looking to you to teach them some new things?
I just want to say thank you guys for all the support. We're going to work as hard as we can to get ready for the playoffs. You know, the CLG playoff buffs is going to come in strong, and hopefully we can take first again.
Well, Darshan, thank you so much for this interview. And for everyone else, you can check out more of our coverage at Yahoo Esports.